And
Gotcha.
you know what I'm saying? Next time I will have another one of these for your phone though.
Okay.
Because that really is bothering me. I'm sorry about
Oh
that.
no, you cool. You cool.
Yeah. All right, we live. I got my man here with me. This is Morris T. Bobo of Aim Right Firearm Training.
Yes, sir. What's up, good people?
How you doing, man?
I'm well today. Just
All
got
right.
off that 9 to 5.
Just got off the 9 to 5. We gonna get you to your own have your own career going on, man. Yeah, this is actually I'm glad we're getting a chance to talk about all this stuff because like you've seen previously, I got a bunch of questions. But before we do that, like I said, a lot of people they already seen you on IG, but I want you to tell everybody on Facebook who you are, and then again we'll run through some more scenarios. Some of the questions will overlap, but it'll still be a forward moving talk and discussion.
Well, once again, Morris Bobo, Aim Right Firearm Training. I teach basic pistol instructions. I also teach CWP classes. I also teach churches how to form safety teams. That you don't want to call yourself a security team if you do not have a security license. That will be a fine given to you by SLED if you try to do so. So if you're a church, you want to call yourself a safety team.
Okay.
And I can also teach them how to set up, how to operate within the church, with the pastor's permission, of course.
Okay. Yeah. Got you. But I mean, you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that because, there's been these instances of church violence, church gun violence, which is crazy to me. That is so crazy to me. So yeah, I mean, how would you assess a situation like that?
Well, first of all, at the church that I go to, we have different layers of people that we tell to watch people's demeanor.
Okay.
If they look a little disheveled, it could be that they are having a time, they're going through something, or it could be that their mind is focused on doing something that they shouldn't be doing.
Right.
We give a certain cue, which I will not tell what it is because then people get hip to it.
They'll get hip to it. Right.
We give a certain cue, and if that person is a little off to the cue that we give, then it is alerted to our security team.
Got it.
And the security team will then watch the person, which we have a number of security team members throughout that you will not know who they are. Unless you know who they are.
I got you.
But that person is definitely being watched.
Okay.
And if it looks like they're about to do something, it'll be usually 2 or 3 people by their side that they don't even know who it is. So we have had situations before to occur in our church.
Wow.
To where
can you speak on any of them?
Well, we had one person. I'll say he's a little 5150. He came in and he was speaking that he had just murdered prostitutes.
Wow.
But he wasn't going to do anything because
my God.
I think he said either the devil didn't tell him to do anything. He was just coming to church today. So we escorted him outside.
Yeah.
Had a nice little conversation with him and then proceeded him to tell him to enjoy the services online and to not come back to the building.
Right.
Which he did come back to the building. And since he was already on trespass, he was arrested.
Of course. And wow, man.
That's not all. We've actually had we've had demonic spirits where people were trying to cast spells. They were just we just call them witches.
Okay.
They were trying to cast spells in the bathroom, but it was to no avail.
Okay.
But, those people were escorted off campus.
And would you say that situation got you into the idea of helping churches? Like how did you get into that specific category?
Well, I was already doing on the church security team.
Okay.
That's just some of the scenarios that we actually ran through, or situations we ran through, that made me say, you know what? Other smaller churches probably get the same thing, just not on this level.
Yeah. Right.
Where we might have 8 people trying to do something, they might have 1 or 2. They need to know how to proceed with protecting themselves.
That's right. That's right. And so, what would you say is one of the first instances of you feeling the need to protect yourself? Like, what I mean is the idea. It goes back to me all the way back to a kid, right? To where there was a domestic dispute, and it was just like, okay, a lot more violence would probably happen if somebody didn't have access to a gun to protect themselves. And so that was something that was just like, okay, at that point, I'm like, sooner or later, I'm gonna need protection.
Yeah. Well, I had I can't remember how old I was. It was before I started driving, so I'm gonna say I was about 12 or 13. I was walking back from one of my friends' homes. It was getting late, and I'm from Union, so there was a certain group of people that would hang out at the stadium in Union.
Yeah.
And here I am, me, 13-year-old self, walking back home down the road by myself.
Right.
And there was a group of guys. I guess they had been drinking. I don't know.
Of course.
They yelled out something to me. It wasn't racial, but they yelled out something. And they thought I said something back. I was smart enough to know I'm outnumbered.
Right.
In size and in number of bodies. They say, "What did you say?" I said, "Nothing," and kept walking. At that point in time, I said, I got to learn to defend myself.
Yeah.
At that point, I started, when I go to my friend's house, then, I was carrying my BB gun.
Yeah.
So now I've graduated from the BB gun to something else.
Man, I know that's right. My boy Jeff Wilkins, who's married to somebody from Union. I don't know if Jeff won't even say anybody's name, so I won't. But another Union person. But anyway, Jeff
Union's
says,
the greatest.
Listen, I rocks with Union. One of my braiders here is from Union. What's up, Denise? I go to a small church, and we had somebody carry and told us after church he had the heat on him. Yeah, so it's one of them things. Now that you mention it, it don't strike me as weird. Somebody having having a weapon on them in church, but that's just still crazy to me. That's just crazy to me.
It's like this. If they have taken a class, they know that if they did not get permission from the church to carry that firearm in there, they're doing it against the law.
That's right.
They can be arrested for that. If they did it and got away with it, okay, kudos to them for doing it. But if they had gotten caught, then they would have gotten arrested and then lost their CWP if they had a CWP.
Right.
So why do it when you don't have to? Now, if you want to join the safety team at the church, go ahead and step up and say you want to join the safety team.
Right.
If you feel like you're going to be a self-protector and a protector of all, then be that. Join the team.
Okay. From a training perspective, what does training for that consist of?
Training for that, well, we do what's mandated by SLED for security teams. We do the necessary qualification shooting, distance, as well as strong hand, weak hand, from cover, from the ground. We do training like that. We actually have to run over paperwork. We have to take a test every year, which basically reminds us of what laws we can, abide by, what we have to abide by.
Right.
So that's the training portion.
Okay.
And then we operate with it in the back of our mind of this is what we said that we could do, what we can't do.
Okay. So SLED is the gatekeeper.
SLED is state law enforcement agency. So Yes, they can rain down holy hellfire on whoever holds the license.
Yeah.
It can be monetary consequences as well as jail time. So whatever the workers do, so to speak.
Chris gonna register with you.
Okay, whatever
right.
the workers do, it can also reflect on the person that's holding the license.
Okay.
That is so crucial, and I get reminded of that, from time to time from my security captain.
All right.
Not that we do anything wrong. It's just that it's the pressure of knowing that I can go down for some mistake that you made.
Yeah, absolutely. So. Before I get into Jeff's question, because oh my God, I want to know too. But before I go there, and by the way, now you let me know, because a lot of times we jump. This is a barbershop environment.
Okay.
We're in the realm of and thank you, Chris, by the way. She said she's gonna jump on a call, but great info, and we will be registering for classes.
All right, thank you.
Hang on, Jeff. Hang on, bro. Hang on. But are you cool with us just jumping around the place, or do you want to go in a linear style of questioning and answering and all that stuff? You tell me.
Whatever questions you have,
And everything. And by the way, not to cut you off, everything will be in the realm of firearm training, safety, all that good stuff. Yeah. Because the biggest thing, y'all, for all y'all watching and who will be watching, because right now Facebook is weird. It'll say one person watching, and then next thing you know, 17 people will DM me and be like, "Oh man, I want to take a class. I want to take a," right? So after the fact, for all y'all watching or people that will be watching, one of the main topics that we are going to get into is how to protect yourself before, during and after a fight. So we'll get to that. Now, that being said, my question, and then I'll get to Jeff's comment. My question with SLED, so the reason I asked about that with SLED is because for me as a barber, that's like state board for me.
Yes.
Okay. Now, state board, a lot of times, man, they are constantly updating, changing rules and regulations, things like that. Like how often would you say SLED changes their rules and regulations? Because those are like life or death type regulations that you need to be aware of.
Well, they don't change them that often. Mm-hmm. I believe that the test itself has changed a little bit from 15 years ago when I actually took my CWP class to where it is now. And then it changed a little bit more. Well, the test hasn't changed, but the information we have to give out has changed with open carry.
Okay, right.
A lot of people don't understand open carry. I've had people to say, well, we got open carry now. I don't have to take a class. We do not have constitutional carry.
I've heard somebody say that in this very barbershop.
That is constitutional carry, which means you're using your constitutional right to carry a firearm. South Carolina does not have constitutional carry, and if you get caught with a firearm, it will then be called felony carry, and you'll be.
I think you know what that means.
They got some silver bracelets for you that are not comfortable. Yeah, they're not comfortable.
Okay, now that oh my God, I love it. So my man Jim says, ask him, does he think the Detroit protection guy is official?
Okay. Okay. I don't know him personally.
Okay.
I have seen some of the things that he teaches, and I knew this was gonna come.
Oh yeah.
I've seen.
I was gonna ask too.
I've seen some of the things that he teaches, and I can say, okay, that could be in a realistic situation.
Okay.
But common sense tells you, if a person has a firearm pointed at you, they already got the drop on you.
They already got the drop.
You can do whatever you want to do to try to fight off. 9 times out of 10, you're going to get struck with a bullet. What?
That's it. I mean, that's what I figured.
That's what I figured. Now, I saw the one scenario where he's talking about being in the car and it's a gun to your head. Talking about trap the gun like this. Well, as soon as you make a furtive movement, and that is a police word, furtive movement.
Okay.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah. Okay.
As soon as you make a sudden movement, he's going to be startled as well. And if his finger's already on trigger, which you may not know,
that's right.
The gun's going to go off.
That's right.
It's going to go off. So I'm not going to say he's a 100% fraud.
Yeah.
But a lot of stuff that he teaches,
somebody gonna get killed.
I'm going to, somebody's going to be seriously injured. Let's just say it like that. They're going to be seriously injured. Now, so if his stuff is nothing other than entertaining and amusing, just leave it at that.
Yeah. Well, there you go, Jeff. Even though Jeff says that guy has an amazing story, I thought he was phony, but they say he is cleaning, go up the streets, and his logic of what they do is legit.
He is. I mean, but he has seen. There are some videos out there. I believe Colin Noir has done an interview with him.
Really?
And yeah, he did. He didn't do a face to face. I listened to it on a podcast.
Okay.
He did an interview with him, and I don't believe Colin agreed with everything, but he didn't disrespect him at the same time.
Okay.
So
you say they do crime prevention. Okay.
I will give him his just due reward and say that he's trying to do something.
Okay.
So we'll just leave it at that. He's trying to do something.
Okay. We'll leave it at that. So all right, before we get to the main topic, I don't know if it fits in this topic, but wherever you want to go from here, you just let me know. All right, so we are in a barbershop. Here's my thing. I was in a barbershop environment before where we was talking about concealed weapons, things of that nature, and protection in the barbershop. And one of the barbers was like, well, I don't know how this is going to go because I'm a convicted felon and I'm not allowed to be around weapons or have any on my person.
He is not allowed to possess any weapons.
Okay.
If you are not a convicted felon, you're a CWP holder, you can have your weapon. He can still work in your shop.
Okay.
He cannot possess that weapon.
So if somebody came in, he couldn't pick that gun up and defend us.
Well, I'll put it to you like this. If it came down to it and he was the last man that needed to pick up the weapon and it was by his feet, I would dare say that he needs to do what he needs to do to win the fight.
Got it.
And definitely you want to have a lawyer that can articulate your side. Hey, I wanted to live. I did not want to die.
That's right.
And that was my only chance, was to pick up that weapon that was laying on the floor that did not belong to me, that I did not bring in here.
That's
and
right.
Use it.
That's right. Okay. Now, in a shop environment, where would you put your weapon?
On my person.
On your person.
On my person.
Okay. Got it. And so
if the owner of the shop approves the weapon being in there.
Well, let's say I'm the owner of the shop and I have a weapon in here on my person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you talked about it on IG, and we got some new people watching.
Okay.
But now when you say on my person, where on my person, like where on my body would you put your gun?
However is easily accessible for you.
Okay.
So some people like appendix carry,
which
is right in front. Some people like side carry.
Okay.
I do not like smaller the back carry.
I was about to say that. Like I feel maybe it's the fat boy in me, but I feel like just me reaching right there, I'm like, oh my God, my shoulder. I don't feel like I grab it fast enough because that's already telegraphing the hell out of what I'm about to do.
Well, the thing about it is, what you want to learn to do is train with wherever you carry your weapon. And they say that a reasonable draw should be anywhere between 1.5 seconds to no more than 2 seconds. That's drawing out, getting on target, and ready to pull the trigger.
Okay.
1.5 seconds.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like a lot of. It seems like it's real fast, but that's
slow.
some time.
Got
it's
it.
like 1/2.
Yeah, right.
And you need to learn how. That's why you need to practice drawing, getting on target.
Okay. And I noticed you got two hands.
Two hands.
Two hands on that thing.
It's better to use two hands. If you can only use one, use one.
Mm-hmm.
But try to get the two hands. If you got to drop that $500 pair of clippers that you got,
get two hands.
Get the two hands.
I got you. Do you cringe? Do you cringe when you watch some of these movies and they pose like just so heroic when they shoot people?
It doesn't bother me because I know I'll turn and look at my wife and I say it was written in the script like that. I understand that, but I mean, let's be a little realistic. You're not gonna just pull it out and from this hip draw a smiley face on the target. You're not gonna do it. It's just not gonna happen.
Right. No, I wasn't even talking about that. I'm talking like when they'll pull the gun and they'll turn this way and point it all like this, and I'm just like, man, you did a whole lot for something.
You'll get one good lucky shot out of it. You get better stabilization by using two hands.
Right. What about these? I just laugh at these all the time. The two guns and two hands, and it's just like, oh my God, they just be so on target. I'm like,
yeah, that's where they put the explosive packs on the target. So, two guns, two hands. Is it possible? Yes.
Right.
Is it practical? No. If you don't believe me, somebody go take two guns in a safe environment and just alternate trigger pulls, and you tell me what your target looks like after it's said and done.
The same target.
Same target.
The same as before you started.
So, because honestly, your eye can only focus on one thing at a time.
Mm-hmm.
It must be the front sight. The front sight of what? One of the firearms. It can't focus on the front sight of both the firearms.
Yeah,
you're not going to hit what you think you're going to hit.
Right. And that kind of segues into what I was going to ask next. So when you're training with somebody that's never ever had a gun in their possession, never fired a gun, never held a gun, just literally starting from scratch, where do you take them?
As in to do the classroom, or
we'll go through both. We'll go through both. Okay. So they're in the classroom. They've never touched a gun.
Never touched a gun.
What do you do in the classroom, and then what do you do? I guess it's like theory and practical.
Yeah. Well, if they've never touched a firearm, I will pull out my dummy firearm first.
Okay.
And let them practice getting a grip on that firearm.
Okay.
Because a lot of people, they want to cross that thumb over the backside. I say that is the biggest mistake you'll make in your life.
Yeah.
And if you do it, you'll find out. And I've had two students to do it on the range. I don't want any more.
Yeah.
But let's just say Band-Aids have been used. So and I'll just tell this story.
Okay.
I had one man on the fire on the line, and I saw him at the last minute. He fired, and then I saw burgundy blood coming out of his thumb. I mean, it was thick. Burgundy.
Yeah.
And then he tried to put it down by his side to hide it.
Why hide it? You fucked up.
So I stopped everybody. I got him cleaned up, got a Band-Aid on his hand.
Mm-hmm. All
right, everybody, let's get back on the line. We got 10 more shots. So after we did 5 more shots, I looked at him again. We went back to reload. I looked at him again. He had 2 Band-Aids on his hand. Didn't say nothing to me, but he had 2 Band-Aids on. I said, okay. So I said, I bet you won't do that anymore. He said, no, it hurt.
Yeah.
So, but taking a person, I'll put them in a place where they feel comfortable.
Okay.
If they want to do the training in their own environment, I will meet them. I don't infringe on people's homes now that COVID is out.
Yeah, right.
If they want to meet in a garage or something like that, I will do that. If they feel comfortable with me coming in, either myself and one of my helpers or myself and my wife will come and, train, show you the different things about the basic pistol.
Mm-hmm.
That usually is about 3 to 4 hours. If we have a place to go shoot, I'll take you, let you get 10 shots off.
Okay.
That's on the basic pistol class.
Okay.
I've done that for 4 people.
Okay.
4 people I've done that for. And I know the first 2 that I did it for, they were very, very impressed with. They said, I've never picked up a gun before, but they had a nice pattern on the target.
Okay. Yeah.
So
yeah.
it was wide and scattered.
Yeah.
But it was in the area where you got vital organs of the person's body.
Absolutely.
So they were very impressed with themselves.
Absolutely.
So,
do you do from a marketing of your services and how well your services are provided to people, do you think they'll give you testimonials?
I did do some testimonials once while I was in the CWP class.
Okay.
I got some good ones.
Okay.
But people they'll come back and leave me a little comment here and there on Facebook, but I have not mastered the art of my business page on Facebook.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
I got a business page,
Yeah.
and I don't know how to operate it.
Got it.
I mostly use IG to promote.
No problem.
So, but I do believe that people can come back if they want to say something nice. They're welcome to. If they want to say something, I had one person to tell me, because I would hand out little handouts with 4 or 5 questions on at the end of class, and I had one person to tell me what would make the class a little bit better, and he told me that if I gave out iPads for them to do their fingerprint appointments on. I'm like,
what?
I'm not going to spend $500, $600, $700 just for you to be on it for 15 minutes.
Exactly. Right.
It's not. Bring your cell phone, which is the one that you look at every day.
That's right.
Do your fingerprint appointment there, and then we're gonna go on and you're gonna get this lesson and you're gonna learn something.
Well, I got all kinds of cool little stuff for you on that end.
Okay.
Yeah, we can definitely talk about that. We'll talk about that, off the record. Okay, so let's get into our main thing. So when I originally asked you what topic that you wanted to explore, the main thing that you said to me was how to protect yourself before, during, and after a fight.
Yes.
So let's get into that.
Okay, protecting yourself before a fight.
Okay.
Get a firearm. Get trained with your firearm. Get your CWP. Okay. Along with getting your CWP, you want to plan for something bad to happen.
Got it.
You don't want anything bad to happen, but you want to plan for it to happen.
Okay.
So after you have to use your weapon, who are you going to call first? So we go from before to after.
Lawyer.
Don't worry about it in the middle. So lawyer is who you want. You don't want to call 911 first. 911 is a good number to call when you're, needing them, but you want to call your lawyer.
Call your lawyer.
And because what a lot of people don't understand is that enhanced 911 is what we have in this world today.
Okay.
What enhanced 911 does, if they want to, they can lock your phone down.
Yeah.
To where you call 911, you give them a little information, you hang up, you think you're going to call your mother, your girlfriend, your wife. You dial their phone number and you're back on the phone with 911. They trying to get more information. They may not do it, but they do have the ability to do it.
Got it.
So if that does happen, if the situation is bad enough and they need more information and they lock your phone down, you will not be able to call your lawyer.
So you call the lawyer first.
Call your lawyer for it. It's going to be a 2-minute at the most phone call.
Okay.
All you saying is, and let me just back up and say, in my class, I do provide a service to all of my students. They don't have to take it, but I offer it to them. And it's called Firearms Legal Protection. They will send a lawyer out that will represent you from the beginning of your case to the end of your case with uncapped attorney fees. That is the biggest thing ever, because if you know about self-defense, murder, or firearm charges, you're going to be looking at anywhere between $50 to $300,000 for a case, because it will go from this week right here to this week next year before you actually get in the court case.
Before you even get the case.
The lawyer is going to constantly charge you because he's working on your case for that full year.
Come on.
He may bill you at $150 to $300 an hour. He's going to say, I worked on your case 10 hours this week. So that's $3,000 for this week.
Straight like that.
So at the end of the year, he done got you off the case. Now you got to pay him the money.
Now you got to pay him an ass of money.
So this company that I offer, it's uncapped attorney fees. All you have to do is make your monthly payment of $21.95 a month, and that will cover you in all 50 states.
Damn. Okay.
Even though you cannot legally carry your firearm in all 50 states.
Got it.
But they will cover you for self-defense situations in all 50 states.
How many people actually take advantage of that? Ratio wise or percentage wise? Like, say if you had out of say 50 of your past students.
50 of my past students, I would say maybe 20% of them.
Jesus.
The rest of them just want to get their CWP and get on gone. And I say, I pray nothing happens.
Nothing happens in your life.
But the reason you came to get this CWP was so you could protect yourself,
right,
if something happens. Okay. Well, we'll leave it at that. So
okay.
But anybody that wants, you do not have to have a CWP to use this service. You do not have to have a firearm to use this service. They will protect you. There is a portion in it that will protect you and your family. If you have children under the age of 18, so 17 and under, it's a family plan, and I think that is $36.95 a month. So that will protect you and your family in all 50 states.
Jesus,
so
man.
It's sort of a no-brainer because
yeah,
if you want to pull out your calculator, and we'll just say a single person, $21.95 a month. For 12 months, it's around $260 some odd dollars, I believe. Okay. Multiply that 260 times 30 years, you get about
right.
You get about $7,000 or $8,000 somewhere in there, right?
Yep.
So this service also has bail bonds protection. They will come and get a bail bondsman to bail you out up to $250,000 bail.
Damn.
So if your bail is $50,000, no, if your bail is $100,000 on a we'll say manslaughter charge, because they want to. You say it was self-defense, they say it was manslaughter. They charge you $100,000. You got to come up with 10 stacks. If you don't have it stacked up in the home, who gonna get you out?
Nobody.
So
because nobody got that money.
Yeah. So they will actually come out, get you out of jail, get you back to your home, and start helping you work on your case.
Right there. Right. Straight like that.
So a lot of people they don't want it. They think it's a gimmick. They think, oh, you just want my money. No, it's not me. I'm offering a service.
I'm offering a service to you.
Yeah. I'm a member of the service. You know, I had to take on the service because there was a situation that happened in my neighborhood where someone's trying to break into my neighbor's home. And I had my security light on. It was a motion sensor security light. So I went outside, I yelled, I said, "Hey, what you doing?" So as soon as I did that, he took off running and my light went out. So I couldn't see him anymore. It was complete darkness. Yeah. I thought he was running towards me.
Yeah.
So,
but you didn't know.
Of course,
you didn't know. What's up, Blake?
I'm not pointing at nobody, but get ready. If he comes close, I'm gonna have to come up.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Just pop.
Yeah.
I didn't know where it was. So after it had all went away, I found out he ran on up, got in his car, and left. But I thought about it. What would have happened had I pulled that trigger?
Yeah. Right.
What would they have gotten me for?
Right.
You know, so that led me to start saying, you know what, I think I might need to seek into getting some type of legal,
Okay.
something set up.
Okay. Now that actually got me wondering about something because like we was talking about Mike's earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of my homeboys, Mike, was a paralegal for a while, and he was just talking about how there are so many different kinds of lawyers that
Yep.
it's like, okay, you need the right lawyer for the right situation. So for situations like that, for you to say somebody that's actually like, okay, not only does it make sense, I'm going to do what you say to do and say, okay, make sure you got a lawyer on deck, right?
Okay. I need
Okay.
to specify that.
Yeah. Right. So what kind of lawyer would somebody need to have?
A good criminal defense attorney.
There we go.
Criminal defense.
Okay.
And this program that I offer, we have criminal defense attorneys that have been vetted. They have been thoroughly vetted, that they have trial experience and they have a positive outcome in most of their cases. Nobody's not going to win everything, but they have won most of their cases to where Firearms Legal Protection said, "Hey, we'll come on board.
We need you."
Yeah, we need you.
Yeah.
So, what was told to me, because I don't know all the statistics of Firearms Legal Protection, but what was told from me from my regional advisor, he said that Firearms Legal Protection has never lost a case.
Damn.
Now, so when it comes to a self-defense case, it must be self-defense.
Yeah.
It can't be that you went and started. You can't go start the situation and then say, I felt threatened.
All on camera. Hey, turn around. Pow. I felt threatened.
Yeah. There are situations out there. I just saw the verdict today of it was a man that shot another man in the movie theater because
I heard
the
about
other
that.
guy was texting during the preview.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And that guy threw popcorn on the older gentleman. He got charged, and they found him not guilty.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I don't understand it, but he said he felt threatened for his life. So,
well, he probably had a criminal defense attorney on deck to represent him.
Yeah, of course.
He didn't have no public defender.
He was a we'll just say he was a retired police officer.
Damn.
So, I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
If you want to play in the game, you got to have the same, tools to play with.
That's right. That's right. Okay, so, man, can you believe it's already been 37 minutes, man?
Really?
Yeah.
Time flies. We didn't even dove into it yet.
I know.
Okay.
So let's do it. Let's do it this way. Whatever you want to dive into, let's start there. Matter of fact, let's start with the services that you provide and that you offer.
Services I provide and offer. I offer basic pistol instruction. That gets you just the basic about the firearm, how to break it down, how to clean it, how to grip it, how to gain your sights. It gets you just the basics. Then the CWP class, I can get you qualified to obtain your CWP, provided that you don't have anything on your background, because SLED is going to do a thorough background check. And I also, with that CWP class, I offer it either privately, in a group setting, a private group setting, or I offer in a public class, open class. I can also do the CWP class virtually. So for anyone that wants to take it virtual, if they live in a different part of the state and they have military background experience and they have the DD-214, they say, hey, I want this guy to teach me the CWP class. I want to do it from home. I can get on a call. We'll just say Zoom, but it's used by Teams meeting.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get on a call. I'll give you the class, send you the test so you can fill it out. You send it back to me by hitting submit, and I'll grade it and then send all your paperwork to you. So that is what I offer.
And tell them about your skin in the game. So how long you been dealing with firearms, and how long you been doing training?
I've been dealing with firearms unofficially about 10 years.
Okay.
I've been doing the official training for 1 year. I think it's actually 1 year this month is when I started doing CWP classes. I have, I want to say, a little over 170 students under my belt.
Ooh,
Which,
I love it, man.
If you think about it, it doesn't seem like much, but if you think that I don't do classes every weekend, I don't do class. I may do classes once a month, you know, but I have 170 students from the time I started last year to now, you know, covered.
Dude, that to me, that's a lot of people.
Okay, well,
that's a lot of people. And the man, okay. Yeah, we got to get so 170 people. We got to get some testimonials, man. Because honestly, that'll be the thing that gets more people like, all right, who is this guy, right? Yeah, definitely. But so what with you having 1 year under your belt, are there any changes you're going to make to your program and your system, or no? And if there are, what changes are you going to try to make?
I'm trying to streamline my classes to where I don't use up that much time in the classroom.
Okay.
And which will allow more time on the range for those that need it.
Got it.
You're still going to get the same information in the class, but I'm trying to streamline it to the point where we don't spend a lot of time on unnecessary banter. So I do welcome the feedback from different students, but at the same time, everybody needs to understand that nobody wants to be in class all day on a Saturday. This is just Saturday is kind of free, but you know, anything over 5 hours gets to be a little crazy.
I got it.
I try to streamline my class by whenever my students register.
Go ahead.
I will send them a link and tell them to use that link to enter all of their information in off of their driver's license. And then I will create all of their paperwork. They have failed. They do not know that has cut out 1 hour of classroom time by doing it that way.
Got it.
So I'm looking at other areas of streamlining, but at the same time, keeping all of my information in for them to get the information that's needed.
Okay. And what would you like to see from future students?
I would like to see more people being proactive.
Okay.
In their community.
Okay. Okay.
Because you have we as African Americans, we already, you know, somewhat carry firearms illegally. Let's
be real.
Look. and I can say that because I did do it.
Okay.
I did do it.
How long?
How long?
Like years?
No, not years.
Okay.
No,
okay.
No.
Okay.
We'll just say that I did it when I wasn't supposed to do it.
Got it.
When I wasn't old enough to do it.
I
didn't know what I was doing.
Got it.
So as I got older, I want to learn. I want to teach the community, whether it be adults or soon to be adults. Hey, this is how serious this is. This is what you can face. This is what will happen.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure you got somebody in your family or loved ones or inner circle that really saw the consequences of that. Would you say?
Of me carrying? Yeah.
No. Just like, okay, prime example. I have somebody in my family. They got caught with a gun illegally, felon, wasn't supposed to have a gun, got caught with a gun, got caught with drugs, got a bunch of time. Yeah. That type of thing, you know.
Situation like that, the person that is directly involved in it does not realize that it affects family,
many
children,
people.
cousins,
right,
grandparents, and you know, everybody's worrying about you.
That's right.
You know, and I didn't realize it at that time till I got into a little situation,
Okay.
and I didn't realize the effect that it had on the grandparents, parents.
Mm-hmm.
Here in these small towns, whenever something happens, they put your name in the paper.
Yep.
They put what you did. Now you got, as we say in the Baptist church, you got the people talking about what so and so child and did.
Yeah.
But I have grown from that. I'm in a better place, and I own all of my mistakes. I own all of them, and with me owning them, I can tell you, hey, I did it. I understand. Let me teach you how not to do what I did, how to go about it better.
Mm-hmm. So what would you say to well, be ready for people to really, really jump on it. I'll tell you why in a minute. But what would you tell somebody 14, 15 years old? Like say you're making a difference in the community and you're in front of an audience of 14, 15-year-olds. We'll just say predominantly black young males. Um, they know it's wrong to be having illegal firearms and things of that nature. What would you say to them?
What is your life worth? Because that $400, $500, $600, $700 firearm that you have, it doesn't make you any better than what you already are. As soon as you pull that trigger, you're going to be, might as well say, a ward of the state if you get caught.
Yep.
9 times out of 10, you're going to get caught. Because
9 times out of 10, you're going to get caught.
There are cameras everywhere.
Thank you.
There are cameras everywhere.
Cell
phone cameras on ATMs, cameras on street poles. Security cameras on buildings. There are cameras everywhere.
Tell real quick, and I want to get back to that subject, but real quick, so tell me about security cameras, because it's certain cameras that I've noticed now when I'm driving home, they got like this bluish, purplish type tint to it. And I was like, okay, that wasn't there like 3 months ago.
It all depends on who put it there.
Okay.
Was it put there by the police? Was it put there by the owner of the property? Was it put there by who? So all depends on what that camera is for. If there's a camera there and it's recording, the police have a way of obtaining the footage.
Oh yeah.
So
and they don't have to get permission to get that footage either, right?
They'll get permission from whoever owns the camera.
Gotcha. So if there was a crime committed involving a firearm, and
nothing but a court order from a judge, he signs off on it, on a subpoena, and they take it to whoever owns the camera. They have to turn over the footage.
Damn, man, that's crazy.
And if anybody has ever sat in a courtroom, you will notice that the defense attorneys or the let's just say the public defenders and the prosecutor, whenever they go on recess break, they are all mingling together. They are all talking together.
I've seen that.
So they work deals out for one another. So, I mean, just know that they are friends. They're on different sides of the table, but they are friends. So, you could get railroaded. You could get, helped out. Who knows what your situation is going to be?
Man, that's crazy. That is so crazy to me.
Definitely.
All right, this thing is public. People should be on here ask questions. Look, I don't know what to tell y'all. If y'all gonna have all these questions later on, be like, oh, that's. I'm like, I already had him on here. But wow. So let's get into a few things that was on IG.
Okay.
So what was the first gun that you operated?
22 revolver.
How long did you operate with a 22 revolver?
Well, That was my father's, and I was probably about 8 or 9 years old.
Okay.
But I was able to shoot that on a regular basis. After that, the actual first firearm that I bought, I think it was a very cheap 40 caliber. No, it was a 45 caliber high point.
Okay.
That was the first one that I bought from a pawn shop that is no longer in business. And somebody kicked my window in on my car and stole my firearm out of my car.
Of course.
So I went from that 45. I think the next firearm that I bought was a 40 caliber. It's a Smith & Wesson 40 caliber.
Goodness.
From that, I went to a 9mm Ruger.
Okay.
And from the 9mm Ruger, I went to the Glock 30S.
Okay.
45 caliber.
Okay.
All while in between all those, I obtained a Mossberg 12 gauge shotgun, home defense shotgun.
Yeah.
And a Smith & Wesson AR-15.
Of course.
So, yeah, gotta have that.
Gotta have
AR. And AR does not stand for assault rifle. It does not stand for assault rifle.
What's the stand for?
I cannot tell you the exact name, but it is a German. It's
a German term.
A German maker that made the first. You can look it up, but it's a German gun maker. He made the very first AR-15, and that's where the AR comes from.
It
does not mean AR assault rifle.
Okay, and all these guns. You didn't sell them all like Dr. Dre, right?
No.
Okay, so how do you optimize your house with all these guns?
Do
you have a gun in every room?
I do not have a gun in every room.
Okay.
9 times out of 10, whenever I'm not in my work uniform, which I'm not going to name the company that I work for.
Understood.
Because we have a firearm policy.
Right.
But when I'm not in my work uniform, I have my firearm on me.
Right.
If I'm just lounging around the house, I will have it on me because I don't want it to happen to me, but I have seen videos where people have kicked people's door in.
And they wasn't prepared.
So, but I have several firearms. One's going to be on me. One's going to be close by, and the other one's going to be in a room that I will run to.
Okay.
And that's just 3.
Got it.
We're not divulging any other.
No, that's and basically, I mean, would that be something that's in the class that you explain to people? Like,
well, that wouldn't be in a CWP class. I would definitely tell people to set themselves up to how they feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
But I try to make sure that everybody has a firearm on their person.
Well, what I'm saying is, I feel like with what you do and what you offer, like that could be a separate service for somebody, because that's something I would ask you about.
Well, it could be, and I have to go back to get the additional training.
Okay.
And the class that I have to go take is the best of inside the home and outside the home self-defense.
Okay.
I am planning on getting that done this year. Okay. So that's another 2-day training that I have to go back to my counselor to get the information from.
Okay.
So I can teach that to others. If I'm not certified to teach it, I can't teach.
No. I get that wholeheartedly. Just being a barber instructor, it's the same thing. Like, so I get it. But yeah, that would definitely be something to think about. But yeah, so tell me about some of these. Like, here's one I keep thinking about is Columbine.
Oh God.
Right? Like, what kind of steps, when you look at a situation like that, what kind of steps would you say in your mind, all right, this could have been, because I guess it's still within before, during, after, right? What would be your assessment of the Columbine shooting?
Well, the Columbine shooting, if there were any pre-indicators, they should have been looked at thoroughly. Now that everything has happened, everybody wants to beef up security, and there's a zero tolerance policy and all this and that.
Mhm.
They should have had that beforehand.
Right.
They didn't know to have it, but if it's out there and it possibly can happen, it possibly will happen. Pre-indicators should have been if anybody had any word that, you know, a student was being bullied or a student was depressed or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember all the details of the Columbine shooting. Something that traumatic, I try to block out. I try to keep positive thoughts, because if I start going down a rabbit hole on negativity, then I will start teaching negativity.
I got you.
So I try to keep positive thoughts, but knowing or having situational awareness, as we started speaking.
Oh before, yeah.
Knowing when someone has changed and recognizing that someone has changed is a pre-indicator.
Okay.
That should have been something that should have been looked at.
Got it. Absolutely. If there was, I'm trying to think of the right way to word this. So let's say you're in the position of, oh my God, this is going on. School shooting is happening. Knowing what you know in your background of security and things like that, what strategy would you take to try to handle this situation? Like let's say you're in the school and it's like, oh my God, they shooting over here on the other side of the hall or whatever.
It's funny that you asked that, because if I go into a school, I'm not going to have a firearm on me.
Got it.
Because it's against the law to go inside a school with a firearm.
Okay.
It's against the law to set foot on school property with a firearm.
Okay.
Unless you are a law enforcement officer.
Got it.
So I would be caught empty-handed, just like the next person, because I'm going to try my best to follow the law.
Okay.
Now, I have been in a situation where I thought that there was a mall shooting.
Okay.
My wife, myself, and my youngest daughter, we were at Concord Mills Mall, and we were doing some shopping. We heard a big roar coming down the hallway, and somebody yelled, "They got a gun." I did not know what was going on. I did not know the situation. I just knew that there was only one way out of this store other than going into the mall, and that's not the back door.
Right.
The store was not opening up the back door. And in my mind, I was thinking, if it is a mall shooting, there are probably people outside waiting on people to come out to start shooting them as they come out.
Oh, goodness.
So now you're stuck.
Yeah.
I said, if I'm going to go down, I got to go down fighting. And I took position inside the store behind some of the rounders that they had. And I said, I got a clear view of the front door. So anybody comes in, I'm going to take my best shot. You know. Luckily, it did not come to that, but it gives you, you know, the situation of, oh my God, it's happening right here, right now.
Yeah.
I was in that moment. Luckily, I had my firearm on me. I did not have to use it, because I would have been in a different situation after that fight.
Right.
Trying to figure out, because this was before I had joined the service that I have.
Okay.
So I would have had to find a lawyer that would have covered me. I would have had to get, you know, I possibly would have been taken down by police, because in a situation like that, you don't know who the good people are, who the bad people are.
Yeah.
So it's just so many variables that came to my mind after the fact.
Okay.
That, you know, I didn't have time to think about when it was happening.
Okay. So. Cool. Now, man, you just bring up good points. So I definitely want to talk to you about this. So you're the type of guy that will have a gun on your person, right? Okay. So with the instances of police brutality and police shootings, how would you proceed in a given situation?
That worries me every day,
Okay,
being that I'm a black man
that's right.
and I carry a firearm. That worries me every day
That's
because
right.
if I get into a situation, if you get the wrong police officer responding to the scene, it may not end well for me. He's going to go home, you know, and they're going to make him justified because I had a firearm on my person. May not draw it, it may not come out, but he had it on him. Then you come to find out that I am a law-abiding citizen. I am a churchgoer. I am a father. I am a husband. I am a son. But then they want to obscure the image of me by bringing up something that happened 30, 40 years ago, 30 years ago.
Jesus.
So I struggle with that every day. But as I
Okay.
teach in my class, whenever confronted by police, to let them take control of the situation. Because whenever you're in a situation with the police, they got all the authority. Let them have it. Don't try to argue with them because you can't win on the side of the road.
Right.
Have your stuff set up to where when we get in court, they find that this police officer did more than what he should have. Now he's facing a lawsuit or some charges himself.
Yeah.
Because once you start to resist, the least little bit of resist can be met with a level of force higher.
Thank you.
Than you're resisting.
Yeah, and I hear people talking in the barbershop all day long about how disrespectful they'll be to a cop. Even if they may be in the right about what they're saying, I'm still like, I'll tell you what, I'm not doing all that because at the end of the day, this is me talking, but I know this is a different situation for you because you have the gun on you. But literally, if I'm in a situation I don't have the gun on me and this police officer does have the gun on me, tell you what, you're gonna get whatever respect that damn gun deserves.
a cousin of mine, he explained to me, and this came so true. One year we were down at Myrtle Beach. It was not bike week. But we went down for a vacation. We took our motorcycles.
Yeah.
He booked the room, so everything was in his name.
Okay.
We parked our bikes up under the carport because it had started to rain. Well, it was in the parking garage. It was at the first bay door. You ride by, you can see them. We put our disc locks on so nobody could steal them.
Okay.
Somebody tried to steal our bikes. They cut the lines, had them ready to go.
Yeah.
They rolled about a half a foot and it locked up.
And
they couldn't go anywhere.
Okay.
Now, with that being said, when we come back from eating, we go to get our bikes out. Hotel security comes over with a police officer trying to figure out who we are messing with these bikes because they saw the other guys trying to steal. We're like, we're the owners.
We're the owners.
Yeah. They were irate. They were, very pushy, very disrespectful to us. My cousin told me, he said, just don't say nothing to them because you can't win with a police officer in a moment like this. Let them ask you the question, you answer, and just let it be at that. He taught me that lesson right then. And from then on, I was like, you can't win with a police officer when he's taking control of the situation.
That's right. And I'll tell you just to go with that. So one time I got pulled over for, and I'm literally like, I don't see how people can even see this, but so where your tag is on your car, it's got the lights that illuminate it. Okay. I had 4 lights illuminating this tag.
Okay.
One of those little bitty lights, it's like yay big, was out. I didn't know that, right? It wasn't even the top one though. It wasn't even the 2 top lights. So you got light up top, 2 on the bottom. One of them on the bottom was out. They hit the lights. I'm literally going the speed limit. This is not far from here. This was on East Main Street, by the way. Right before you get to Converse, right before you get to Converse College. And they pulled me over, and I literally understand all this. And the gentleman was asking me questions and all this stuff. My ex at the time was getting very loud and very irate and very disrespectful with this gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
And I literally had to reach over and just grab her by the arm, by the wrist, and just be like, relax, because I feel like you are gonna get me shot. I don't know about you, but I think you're gonna get me shot. And the officer was remarking, he was just like, now you seeming kind of nervous. I was nervous because she was sitting there talking all this shit to this man.
Yeah, exactly.
And literally that damn gun, the way I'm sitting in the car and the amount of height that this officer had, the gun was literally on his waist. And I'm a short guy. So if I'm sitting right here and I look this way, it was literally at my eyesight. Yeah. And I was like, this dude could blow me away.
And if you've ever seen a police officer pull a firearm, they have trained to do it.
Oh, yeah.
And they have usually a 1.5 second draw. So, with that being said, now to start off, he pulled you over on a fishing expedition. I like to think.
I believe it.
But it was illegal.
Yeah.
Because any light that is supposed to illuminate on your vehicle must illuminate, or it is, I can fine you for that light being out. If it's a marker light, tail light, brake light, whatever, I can pull you over for that.
Yeah.
So tag light, if you got 4 of them on there, you only need 2.
Yeah.
But you had 2 extra ones and one of them was out.
Problem.
I can pull you over for that.
I can pull you over.
So I learned that from driving big trucks.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you see these, as they call them, the chicken haulers at night, they got the lights. They got the truck lit up with lights.
Yeah,
they call them chicken lights.
Yeah.
If you have lights all down the side that don't do anything but just illuminate, if one of them is out, you can get pulled over for it.
Gotcha.
So now, I tell people in my class that if the officer starts asking you all these off the wall questions, where you going, where you coming from, who you going to see, where you live, stuff, you do not have to answer questions.
Got it.
You don't have to answer them. You can tell him, I don't answer questions, because what he's doing, he's fishing, trying to find some information to get you on.
Yep.
He's going to say he got slurred speech, even though it's the first time he's ever met you.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to say, I had just cause to pull him out of the car to do a sobriety test. You can honestly say, officer, am I free to go?
Mm-hmm.
If you say, am I free to go? And he says, no, you're not. You are then under duress, which means you cannot mentally and clearly answer questions.
Damn.
So without saying, just like if an officer say, may I search your vehicle? You ask the officer, am I free to go? That's not saying, no, you can't search my vehicle. That's not saying, never give them permission to search your vehicle. Even if you are clean, never give them permission, because it may be something you think is fine that may not be fine in the eyes of the law.
Okay. Well, I'm about to tell you a story.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Okay. So this same road.
Needs to have that road.
I know. Well, it's the quickest way to Gaffney. That's where I'm from. So I'm on the same road. This is more Cowpens area. And this is right after. So there's a little fork in the road by the Dollar General.
Mm-hmm.
You got the gas station right there. I veer off to the right. It keeps you on 29 towards Gaffney. Okay. So, oh man, I can't even.
But you're in Cowpens though.
Yeah. Right. The speed limit is literally like, at one point it's 30 miles an hour, and then it's like maybe 35, and then before you get to the bridge, it's like 45. Right. All right. Cool. I'm literally maybe half a mile, if that, from the 45. I know for a fact I was not going more than 40. Right. Probably going 40 in a 35. They pulled me over. I don't know all this that you just said to me, right? Okay. I'm going to try to give you the context. Every detail I tell you, you're gonna be like, oh my God. So that particular day, and this is when I was training as a cosmetologist with one of my mentors.
Okay.
And she would tell me, you take certain items for your cosmetology everywhere you go. So that includes mannequin heads. Okay. This is the same day. Oh my God. If my boy Mike was watching, he'd be dying laughing right now. I know he's asleep, but if he was watching, you could hear him laughing from Gaffney. So same day I'm doing laundry.
Okay.
Okay. My laundry is in my trunk of my car. The mannequin heads in the trunk of my car. Okay. That same day, I clean my car out. So I usually my insurance, I usually keep it in the original packet. So if somebody pulls me over and says, "Let me see your license, registration, and proof of insurance," I'm like, "Okay, cool. I got my proof of insurance in the packet that has Geico written on the letterhead on this big ass envelope. I'm gonna pull my proof of insurance out of here and let you see that." Well, that was in my trunk because I was vacuuming underneath the seat where I had this at.
Okay.
Right? Okay, cool. Long story short,
the dead bodies. Okay.
long story short, pull me over. I pull over. There are two guys, two cops. One of them seems like a veteran. The other one, I kid you not, just his mannerisms and his body language was like jacked up, right? He's the one on the passenger side shining the light all in the car. And he was like, license, registration, proof of insurance. I said very calmly with my hands on the steering wheel.
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Officer, I have my license and registration here on my person." I said, "My proof of insurance is in the trunk of my car. Now, for me to get this proof of insurance, I will have to step out there." I'm literally detailing the steps.
Exactly.
I got to take my arms off the wheel, open the door, get out of the vehicle, go to the back, open my trunk, and retrieve it. He says, "Okay," meaning he wants me to do that.
Okay.
All right, cool. I wish I would have known about, am I free to go, that type of thing. So I get out. The way my trunk it was 89 BMW 325i. So you got to pop the lock, so to speak. So you turn the key in the lock, and then I had to jam it, like pop it, right, to make the door come open. But the problem is the door don't just lightly lift. It flies the fuck open. Do not ask me how on earth 3 mannequin heads were positioned just so on a fucking laundry basket full of clothes, full of freshly washed and dried clothes. The damn 3 mannequin heads were not sitting. I don't know how this works. They should have been laying on the side somewhere in the damn trunk. No, it's literally mannequin head, mannequin head, mannequin head, side by side by side. This fucking trunk flies open. The veteran, cool, calm, collected cop
who has seen everything,
ain't tripping. Not that I remember. Okay, I don't remember him. I remember the jacked up motherfucker.
Yeah.
He literally, I seen the body language, and his hand goes to his gun. He doesn't draw it, but his hand goes to the gun.
Ready, set. Yep.
Ready, set. The trunk flies open, and he screams, "There's heads in the trunk!" Right?
Yeah, you're a serial killer.
Fucking mannequin heads, right? So the cop that sees everything is like, they're fucking mannequin heads. So then from there, I'll just call him veteran rookie. That's how I was referring to these two. Veteran busts out laughing. Then rookie busts out laughing. I'm not fucking laughing.
Nah.
Because I'm like, this motherfucker's about to shoot me over these damn mannequin heads.
It could have went left.
Oh my God. And I talk about that all the time because that goes to, like you said, that's another facet of, and I want to go into detail with you about it. Situational awareness. And eventually they both, the crazy part of this story is they laughed so hard, they told me, get in the car, They was like, go home, right? They go home. I was so fucked up over that just about to happen. I drove off even faster than what they pulled me over for in the first place. So I probably drove off in a 45 zone at 60.
Yeah.
Trying to get the hell away from there. I was like, oh my God, like it. But yeah, I mean, it's a story that I tell all the time. All the time. When I cannot explain to you what that was when that trunk flew open and that man's hands went to that damn gun. I was like, he really was about to fucking shoot me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's crazy.
And now it's worse because you got, as I like to say it, you have more officers now joining the force that you can kind of see that they were bullied in school.
Yeah.
I would like to say less than
in
school, and now that they have the badge and they have the law behind them on their side, they do more than what they would have done as a normal person.
So they overcompensate.
Yeah. So okay. I got friends. I got friends that are on the police force, and I meet some of the coolest cops you ever want to meet. Okay. Cops that are actually trying to make changes in their community.
Okay.
Few of them over in Rock Hill.
Okay.
One of them was down in Union. He was a city police officer. Then he went to the county. Then he joined the county and the FBI task force. Mm-hmm. He retired from there, and I think he just received a job at the marshal's office.
Got it.
So,
okay.
Very, very respectful police officer. He has told me several stories about where people will actually come to his house and say, hey, man, I know they got a warrant for me downtown. I want you to take me in. How much respect do you have when somebody comes to your house, man, and say, I want you to take me in? Because that person knew that he was going to get treated like a human being.
Yeah.
And not just a regular
criminal. No, that makes sense. Okay.
So,
damn, that's crazy, man.
He told me that. I was like, wow, you got to be kidding me. Yeah. He said, yeah, man, I was on my day off. So take him downtown. But it is what it is.
It is what it is. That's it, man.
He said he did his job. When he's off duty, he's off duty. Mm-hmm. When he's on duty, he's got to do his job. He does his job.
Okay.
And that's what I would like to tell everybody else out there, that even though you're a family member or you're a friend as a police officer, if you're involved in a situation and they come up on the scene, they're going to have to do their job.
That's right.
Bottom line. So expect them to do their job. Expect nothing less than them doing their job, and don't talk to them. Not without your attorney present.
Not without your attorney present. Which, by the way, you said it once here, but say it again. What type of attorney do they need?
Criminal defense attorney.
Criminal defense attorney. So
don't get that family court attorney.
Right.
Child support. Get you a criminal defense attorney that knows the law. Preferably one that knows gun law.
There you go. All right, so that's how we're gonna leave you. I mean, we've been on this thing hour 17 minutes. It don't even feel like it. No. But that's how these interviews be, man. Yeah. That's how these. Well, I don't look at it as an interview. I look at it more of a
it's a conversation.
It's a concentrated conversation, because I want to make sure your expertise and your experience is highlighted in it. How can everybody reach you?
You can reach me aimrightfirearmtraining.com, Instagram Aimright Firearm Training. You can reach me on Facebook Aimright Firearm Training. If you want to call me, cell number is 864-606-4528. Just reach out to me, ask me any questions that you like, sign up for class, reach out to me and ask me how I can help you. I'll do everything that I can to, be of assistance.
That's right. And then on top of that, guys, basically, just when I get a chance, and I've been telling this man, this is definitely what I want to do. I'm gonna move in that direction sooner rather than later, but I want to get the whole shop in there with you as a shop, and we do make sure everybody is taken care of with their CWPs and whatever we need to know that we're all safe in here and we all
Mhm.
following the rules and regulations that we need to follow as far as protection in here.
Yes.
That all of that is followed. So and I will definitely make sure that we all give your testimonials that you, like I say, it's not necessarily that you need it. It's just it gets people to you faster when you have testimonials. So I'll make sure everybody has something to say about what you're doing and all that good stuff. Oh, real quick, you said you had a class of 6 people that never touched a gun.
No, they were all comfortable with their firearm.
Oh, okay, they were comfortable with
it.
their.
There were 6 people in the class. They all were comfortable with their firearm. We got to the range. They only allowed me 1 lane, and I qualified all 6 in under an hour.
Y'all hear that?
So
he qualified all 6 in under an hour. They were comfortable with their weapon. That don't necessarily mean they were skilled with that thing.
Yeah, they were comfortable. They knew what to expect from the weapon.
Yeah.
I gave them the instructions that they needed. They shot the amount of rounds that they needed to shoot as mandated by SLED, and they all passed. I have not had anyone to fail a CWP class. I've had a few people come close.
Okay.
Come close. But, we pushed through and they all passed.
All right. So y'all keep that in mind. That's how I'm going to leave you. When I get it, I got it. And when I got it, I got it to give. Y'all have a wonderful night. I am your host and your instructor, Pierre Huey, a.k.a. Mr. P. The P stands for patience. I will see y'all next time, and I will definitely do whatever I can to make sure to get this man back in here. I am mad at some of y'all because y'all had all these questions that y'all was DMing me. Oh, well, ask him this, ask him this, ask him this. Look, I was like, ask him yourself. He's going to be with me in person, but that's okay. I'm going to do whatever I can to get this man back here to the shop, even if I got to pay for his gas. Okay. Y'all have a good night. I'll see y'all later.
Peace.